be honored by your peers.
Oh, great.
I mean, I know the public, has always supported our films and so on. People who, other people who just try to make it hate you for that.
I've
never bit my lip so hard trying to stay serious in the scene, but it truly was.
I'm glad it's not like the end of my career, but glad it's happening in conjunction with like Tim Fisher. I'm still doing it. So that's the good side.
Just bringing himself, his unique self to the role was a treat for me.
Pretty much all the stuff that the audience likes. When films are popular, they're popular for a reason. They generally reach a lot of people. And even though comedy is skewing pretty young right now in demographics, I think most of at least
Thank you
most
so much.
men
So
are
you say working with Jack Black to take a pain in the ass. What was it like working with him?
somewhere.
Was he more of a pain in the
A little
ass?
So
easier.
the same things that I found funny when I was 18 is still funny.
From day
We're going to
one,
talk to you more tomorrow about
brought me in and let
but I
me know
wanted to
that
ask
my
you right now
role was
about bringing this
very
back.
important, and he kind of came in and played this,
So Chicago.
Yeah.
strong, meander,
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah.
into Jack and Michael sort of brokenness. It was really important. And so
We
it was
always knew
cool
we
to
were, but now
have the confidence that he had in me and be able to do that.
Congratulations.
Is he funny?
Pleasure. Thank you.
He's very subtle.
Hi, how are you?
So I really find very well.
I saw you right.
Jack has such an overt kind of in your face, that's really.
And so I went to some more of the you're going to be speaking at the
It's subtle. Subtle thing. It's really subtle. Like I said, it's not in your face.
We have, Itzheim was founded by a local guy at Highland Park, a psychiatrist named Mark Slutsky, who's also like a student of Torah and but a brilliant thinker. And because he's a psychiatrist, he approaches things from a deeply analytical point of view, or is capable of that anyway. And Erwin Kula is like a New Age think tank rabbi who has some, he calls himself post-denominational, and some of the things that he said, particularly around earth-shattering events like 9/11, like struck me as like, if not revelatory, at least kind of big attitude changers. A whole new way to see the world, and it fit right in with my own politics, with my own worldview, and in relation to this film, it gave me a way to look at Genesis and the Bible, the Torah, whatever you call it, in general, and kind of interpret it from a humanist, rational perspective as opposed to a fundamentalist, orthodox view. That was intriguing to me. I'm a serious guy.
What's the funniest film ever made that you had nothing to do with?
Hey, it's you.
Yes, it is.
Man.
How are you?
Good to see you. Did I have nothing to do with it?
Yes, funniest film ever made you had nothing to do with.
I howl at Preston Sturges' movie called Unfaithfully Yours. I think it's very funny. And there are a couple of scenes in Carl Reiner's film Enter Laughing that are just ridiculously funny. I laugh every time, and I've seen them 30 or 40 times.
One last question.
Yeah.
How important is sex to comedians?
I try to have sex in comedy or afterwards.
Your choice.
I don't know. You could say Freud would tell you that sex drives everything. That we're governed by the will to pleasure, and that starts with sexual pleasure. But then Adler would come along and say we're driven by the will to power. I say we're driven by the will to meaning. Let's give life some meaning. Some meaningful sex, I guess. That's the answer.
And would that also extend to comedy, meaningful comedy?
For me, yeah. That's my entire focus in life.
Thanks.
A pleasure.
Yep, this is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Sarah's Backstage Pass.
Yes.
And WIND Radio.
Hollywood 360.
So nice to meet you. So excited to have you here. I just said this. Do you feel like you have the best of both worlds in Chicago and then, doing your Hollywood thing?
Yeah, that's up and down, I have to say. I mean, I lived in Hollywood a long time. Refugees, my wife grew up in the business of Hollywood. 25 feature films, some very distinguished. So, we like the business and want people in it. But many great friends in LA. I think all the great but this is my home, and it's a great city always, and now a little place in the world is discovering that big time. And, you know, living here, comfortable. I can go places. But LA is, you know, it's pretty down there. So when we first moved back here, I kept saying, "Well, people are so real here. Look how real that guy is."
I think it's true.
Well, it's true. And everyone who visits Chicago or you know, moved to New York or LA, people are much more genuine, much kinder. It's true. And we have physically.
I have to tell you, I was at the 25th anniversary for Animal House. The Animal House was last year, and we were
When I worked with Jack as an actor in Orange County, and watching him work on the set, we had scenes together that were cut, but I watched him do his scenes. We were shooting the same nights. And watching him, I said, he's like a healthy John.
That's what I think.
No
That's
question.
what I think.
Yeah, and I emphasize the healthy, and not that he's trying to do John or channel him. Chris Farley tried to channel John in all the worst ways and gave the ultimate credit. But Jack is a healthy guy. He's completely unique. He's a beautiful editor of life.
Congratulations for tonight. It was wonderful to meet you.
Thanks.
Did you get it while he was talking?
I got it, yes, and I got that question about living in Chicago.
A lot of people love it.
I'm your friend.
Well, the festival, you know, was very successful, well-known festival, obviously, in Campus. When the Chicago festival was announced, we were approached, and I was told the film couldn't have it. Actually, I was told they needed to do it in New York. Like Sarah, we're both shooting movies in Chicago, so this one is going to go premiere.